I never asked what espresso à la vampire was, but I was constantly curious. Hello everyone! My name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another writing experiment. So if you guys remember, one of my previous writing experiments, I wrote a bunch of things using the Coffee Break writing book that I have here by John Gillard, and I really enjoyed it. I spent like a week just doing these quick little writing prompt things in this book, such as the inspirational phrase, where you would have to write a short passage on the phrase that they give you. So it's like a book dedicated to spending no more than 15 minutes on a specific prompt and just exercising your writing muscle from there. I decided I wanted to do something very similar to this again, this time around making it spooky. So what I've done is I have gone through this entire Coffee Break writing book, read most of the prompts to see what I liked, what was promising, and I tagged them all with sticky notes. I don't know if you can see that. Tagged the ones that I liked with sticky notes. There are, I believe 13 sticky notes in here, and I'm planning on doing one a day, making it spooky, because it is spooky season. Halloween is coming up, and I believe this video is going to be going live the Friday right before, so October 30th. So, hi, it's spooky season. I hope you're ready for this video. I'm very excited about this because not only do I absolutely love these little exercises in this book, but I am giving it a little bit of a twist. So I am going to write every day, pick one of these every day, make it spooky. At the end of this all, once I have done 6 of these prompts, I am going to try and write a spooky short story using all of these prompts. Now, I don't know where I'm gonna find the time because I'm currently still trying to finish Project Dream Draft 2 and to plan for NaNoWriMo, which is coming up in like 2 days for you guys. It's 11 days for me. I have a little bit of time, so that's terrifying, but also a little bit exciting. I want to stretch my writing muscles before I go into another month of writing NaNoWriMo. I've written down what I want to do for this video in my bullet journal. So, as of right now, I have just uploaded to Instagram a variety of polls. There are 6 polls where I've just asked you guys to pick a number between 2 numbers. And I've paired them off in a way that they kind of go together, but like, I hope my Instagram followers don't like care that I've given 0 explanation. I just said, please pick one of the numbers off of every single one of these slides. It's for an upcoming video. Once I have the results at the end of today or something, I will put them up on this in a scrolling video for you to see the results as to the polls, which will end up picking which prompts I'm going to be doing. So it takes a little bit of chance into account. Instead of me just like actually picking every single prompt, I thought it would be kind of fun to do it this way as well. But yes, so that is my plan for the next week and a little bit, I guess, because I'm not going to start this today. I'm going to wait until tomorrow so I have all my prompts picked and ready so that I can just pick one a day, go through it, and then at the end of the week, try and write a short story about it. I'm excited to see what happens, what jogs my brain in this spooky experiment, so that is what I'm going to do. But yeah, let's just get to this video. Hey friends, we're filming this clip on my camera just because I need my phone to do this next bit. But, so it's the next day. I realize I'm in the same sweater. I changed before I went to work, but it's the next day. I have had my poll up now for almost 12 hours. I guess it would be close to 12 hours now. And let's see what the results are. So we're gonna go into my stories. Oh, that's such a cute one. Okay, here we go. So the first one, so number 4 has been picked because there's been 23 votes for 4 and 16 for 30. I'm gonna write these down so I remember. So it's been prompt number 4. And the next one that's been picked, oh, it's been a little bit of a tighter race. Not really at all. 24 votes for 5 and then 15 votes for 59. So we have 4 and 5. The next one, ooh, it's a little bit more balanced. I keep saying that and then I look at the votes and it's very much not. So 41 won that one. Very exciting. The next one is 81 and 34 and 34 won. Interesting. I wonder what people like put into their thought process for this. I'm very intrigued. The next one, 93 and 46. So 46 won. And then the tightest one out of all, 1-to-1 vote, we have 91 versus 85, and 91 won. 91, and that was it. That was all. So that's exciting. That is the prompts that were picked. So when I went and built those stories, I realized that I had 13 prompts picked in here. So I have one extra one that wasn't part of a poll, and that is number 33, which is Sparky title. Write continuously for 10 minutes or until you reach the end of the opposing page, or finish your coffee using the title below as an initial spark. And it says 1 gamble too many. That is an option if I feel like I need another prompt in here. But I now have 6. I have number 4. I have number 5, 41, 34, 46, and 91 picked. Now switching back to my phone camera. I think that, I don't know which one I'm going to start with today. Let's see if I can put you down somewhere and look at these prompts now. Oh no. Okay, so. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to take this. I don't know if I'm going to go at this thinking about specifically making each of these cohesive, or if I'm going to try and just go in specifically with every prompt and make the prompt spooky in its own way and then trying to bring it together at the end. I'm not sure which one I'll do, but we will find out. Hello, my lovely friends. I figured a little bit of change of scenery would be apt for this video, just because you see a lot of my desk in this video, and a lot of those shots are just like backlit really terribly, so this is also not a great shot either, because like this is going to be in focus and I'm not. Is that better? That's better. I just wanted to come in and update you a little bit of my writing. I ended up forgetting to do this yesterday because I tucked this book underneath my computer to like lift it up. I forgot it was there. I spent like 10 minutes today trying to find it, being like, I forgot to do this yesterday. I need to do this today. So I did 2 today. Actually, we're just gonna leave you sitting here. You can chill with my Brandon Sanderson shelf. And like, this is also a terrible angle. Should I put you higher? higher and I'll just like stand on my slightly tippy toes. Yeah, that's fine. I ended up doing two. What did I do first? I did the revealing character one, which is like number 46. And I ended up, I don't know if you could see in that like one shot in the picture that I took of the page that I wrote Voldy meets Naughty John on the side, because that's the only thing I could think of for doing a character. And then I did a little scene, but like on the top, I actually got an idea for the short story that I'm gonna write. So that's nice, because I was like really just out of it and I couldn't think of anything to do for that. And then I did the haikus because I was like, my brain doesn't want to write or focus on another character one, because that's the only other one that I have left to do, is the distinctive voice one, which is another like character driven one, and I just didn't want to focus on another one, two character ones in a row, you know? And so I did the haiku one, and they're all really terrible because they're just bad. I can't do poetry, guys. I just can't. So I did that one, but it was fun and I made myself laugh. And I did one for Naughty John because why not? And I will read you this. I'm not sure if they all work for a typical haiku, but that's fine. Naughty John does his work with his apron on, but don't listen too close, my dear, for he takes and tricks and drugs and steals lives without forethought. I don't know, but I did it. And then the previous few days I did, of course, the ones that I haven't really talked through with you guys. I just did them. I did the menu board one, and I did this one way over here, the photograph one as well. I don't know how I'm gonna bring the photograph one particularly in any way, but I'm getting kind of an image of how this is gonna go. But anyways, I figured I would update you in a slightly different place than my desk, because why not? We're gonna keep going with this tomorrow for the last like prompt, and then possibly if I need it, I have another prompt that I can do that I didn't include on that like Instagram poll. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to write this short story, and then I'm going to finish this video on Wednesday, I think. I also don't know if I'm gonna end up reading the short story to you guys, because that's gonna take a long time, just the way that I write, but maybe I'll share a little bit of it with you when I do it, because that's the whole point of this video, right? It's just like trying out new things. Hello, my lovely friends. It is now Wednesday, and I have just finished the short story. I ended up not updating you on Monday because I did this and then ran out the door for work. So I did my last one. I don't even remember what it was. I believe it was the distinctive voice one. And I did it from the point of view of a murderer. I went with Jack the Ripper for a murderer because that would be fun, right? Because was never really found out to who he was. I don't know. But my lovely short story, I don't know how I feel about it, because I felt like pulling teeth trying to even come up with something. My brain is just so stuck on the fact that it's 3 days away from the end of October, 4 days away from NaNoWriMo starting, and I have yet to actually outline my NaNoWriMo novel, which I am not a fan of. I don't like being so unprepared, and I'm still not finished Project Dream Book 1 Draft 2, which I've been working on since like September. So need to do that, but I finished this, which is really what matters here. So I don't even really know what to do. It's about 4.5, 5 pages long, and a lot of it is interspliced with the point of view of the skeletal Jack the Ripper, So maybe if I go find a place that's like kind of dark and spooky and read it to you, that could be fun. Perhaps. I don't know. Let's go see if I can find a spot like that because it's very bright and sunny outside. But yeah, I think it was a really interesting exercise to do all these writing prompts and try and change them to something that's a little bit spookier. Just because as a person who writes usually fantasy and lighthearted stuff and reads almost exclusively lighthearted stuff and fantasy, that delving into the genre that I am least familiar with is quite interesting, you know? Anyways, so we're gonna be in my storage room. Maybe? I don't know, that's kind of loud. Let's see if I can just sit here maybe. Close this door so that this isn't here. That's better. Yeah, we'll just sit in this hallway. Close that off so you don't have to hear the fan. Sit in this hallway where it's a little bit darker, and I will read you the short story. Let's see if I can kind of set you up like that. That works. I'll read you the short story. Hello, humans. It's been a while. Thanks so much, the girl said, wrapping her scarf around her, catching her long brown hair in the loop. She struggled with it for a moment before leaving it be, reaching forward and grabbing her coffee. No worries. Stay warm out there. I watched as the girl walked out into the cool evening air, the ends of her scarf flicking up in the wind. With a long sigh, I turned around and took in the cafe. I could feel the ticking of the clock over the counter in my bones, as I always did on Halloween night. Soon, Brad would be in, taking over for the Hallows shift. Taking over the cafe, changing it for one night a year, letting beings of other worlds pass over the threshold to enjoy some of his many delicacies. I drifted over to the window, looking out the front and onto the street. There were still a lot of people walking about, moving from work to home or home to work. There was a mist that clung to the window panes, dripping in spots like raindrops, even though it wasn't yet raining. Lights flickered on all along the edges of the street, casting yellowish halos into the air. It wasn't quite yet dark out, but it would be soon. And with the darkness came the creatures. Red walked in a few minutes later, hood up, hands in his pockets. He nodded to me, eyes sharp underneath the shadow of his jacket. Evening. She's all yours, Red, I said, putting more energy into my words than I felt. I don't know what it was about today of all days, but my bones felt old, heavy, aching, empty. As though if I moved the wrong way, I'd become a ghost, just vanishing from the world. I watched as Red tipped back his hood, blue skin and the mess of pitch-black hair becoming visible. As he brought his hands down, the lights in the cafe changed and dimmed to a gentle orange glow. With a gesture, he cast away the layers of chalk that I had painted onto the menu boards, and a brand new menu appeared. I never asked what espresso à la vampire was, but I was constantly curious. I wish you an evening free of horrors, said Red, his voice grating and heavy on my ears. He always said that. Just that. Years ago, I would try and coax him into conversation, but he would just look at me with a small smile on his face, waiting for me to leave him to his business. Good night, Red. I hung on by the window, though, waiting for people to start coming. There, just there, a witch moved into view. It wasn't hard to see her if you knew what you were looking for. Not the hat that society thinks comes with witches, but the eyes. It's all in the eyes. The girl glanced my direction, her eyes an unnatural yellow, so bright that they glowed. Her lips quirked up as she entered the cafe, and she nodded to me. Hello, Red. The usual, please. I slipped out after her, picking my way down the street. It was just another Halloween night. A basket of chocolates and a horror movie waited for me at home, along with a grumpy cat that was always on the edge. Finally, I breathe the air of this world again. It's been so long, waiting in among dirt and grass and terrible things. This air, the cool, crisp air of humanity, drenched with fear and passion. You humans wear it on your skin like clothes, you know? And it's so tasty to someone like me. Look at me, humans. Look upon your greatest fear and scream. The man walked slowly down the street, languidly, lazily, as though his whole body moved like a fluid wave of bones toward me in the cafe. I don't entirely know if he knew where he was going, though, or if he was just following the flow, following the urge in the back of his bones. He was thin, even though he was bundled in a thick old coat and bowler hat. The closer he came to me, though, the knot in my stomach built. Maybe it was because of the way his thin frame made him look taller than he was. Maybe it was the way his coat had mud streaks and holes in them, as though it had spent time underground. I blinked, and those vanished, wavered, came back into view. He wasn't human. He wasn't alive. I used to be a human too, you know. I was simply known as Jack. I know what a simple name for such a complex being, but it allowed me to hide among the normal as though I was not ripping out the hearts of women at night, slashing their disgraceful bodies to pieces. Ah, yes, little human, run from me. I know you see what I truly am. Am I not beautiful? My beautiful ivory bones, no longer hindered by blood and muscles and skin. I sucked in a breath as the man's eyes settled on a child who let out a scream and ran away from him. What did that kid see? What was I seeing? Was it truly a ghoul come to life on this one night of the year, or something more sinister? A girl. A human girl. She's not a normal human girl, though. She has been touched by something from the other side. What? I do not know, but... she's intriguing. She sees me for me. Almost. Almost. The man came closer, face turned to me. It was gaunt, skeletal, terrifying. One glance, a thin layer of skin coated the bones that jutted out sharply from his face. The next, I looked into the empty eyes of a murderer. I sucked in a breath, the scream trapped in my throat. Hear me, world. See me. Fear me. For I am your destruction. So that's the story. Actually, reading it back, I don't mind it too much. So that's fun. I'm glad we sat in a dark corner for that, because it makes it more entertaining. But yes, so with that comes the end of this video. Let me go back into the light here. Go back into the light. With that comes the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching me delve into the spooky genre and dabble in a spooky short story. Let me know down below if I should do more things like this, maybe into the upcoming holiday season. Let me know if you enjoyed this. But yeah, I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on writing.